The story of Get Them Gone PJ.
Bitch really wanna get higher. Tell the little hoes I'm Bryson. I done hit more shit than Mike Tyson. Get poppin', nigga, I ain't doing no fight. Send my cash, I ain't doing no right. Cry too fast.
PJ is a gangster disciple from the south side of Chicago who grew up on 85th, a set called 573. When PJ was 16 years old, he began hanging around his uncle because his uncle would babysit him for his mother while she went to work. Once his uncle started to come around more often, he would bring his homeboys over and PJ cousins over while their mum was gone. At the time, PJ didn't know that they were at war with 4 different sets: Ricky Way, Black P Stone, Cricket Town, and Chris Way. Fast forward to 2014. The 9th of June. PJ's uncle was walking on 89th Street of West Kimball when a car pulled up in an alley and members from Ricky Way jumped out, ran up to his uncle and shot him in the head and body several times. Turned PJ up. He cried for weeks. He wanted to do something about it, but his mother was trying to stop him, but she couldn't. After 2 weeks went by, PJ and his cousin, Noe, jumped in traffic. They were riding through Ricky Way's territory. They spotted Lil Josh and Huncho. PJ and Noe both jumped out and fired shots, hitting both Lil Josh in the hip and chest and Huncho in the neck and back. PJ's name started to ring bells and he would now become a target, and would continue to go on hits. But the 8th of August 2014, PJ would take another loss, though this time it would be his best friend Tone, aka Tony. Members from Cricket Town were out lurking through 85th to get back for what PJ and Noain had done. They were looking for PJ, but couldn't find him. They instead spotted Tone, aka Tony, PJ's best friend, and shot him multiple times. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he later was pronounced dead at 11:30 p.m. After PJ losing someone close to him again, he tried to stay out of the way, but he seen that Cricket Town members were on Facebook mocking the death of his best friend. Almost a month later, he took matter into his own hands and drove to Cricket Town. He caught Money Man, Cricket Town / Black Mod, coming out of a store. He ran up to him and shot him in the head once, then stood over him and put 6 more shots in his head. PJ would later be locked up on a gun charge. During the time he was in jail, the feds were questioning him about his uncle's death, his best friend death, and the killings that he allegedly did, but he didn't say a word. He would later be released the 21st of September 2015. Noain picked him up and dropped him off at home. PJ would later walk to the store to get something. Rival gang members spotted him and waited for him to come out the store. PJ started walking down Central Ave. A white van pulled up and started shooting at PJ. He was hit once in the leg and once in the arm, but with God's providence, he survived. Weeks went by. PJ, Noain, and Crazy K were out lurking. They spotted Tracy, aka T-Time. PJ and Crazy K jumped out and ran up to T-Time and shot him to death. PJ now has dropped 4 bodies in a short matter of time. This goes to show you how much his uncle's death affected him. After dropping 4 bodies, PJ would end up in several shootouts, and he caught another gun charge and was later released in November of 2018. There were people snitching and saying he killed all those people, but the feds didn't have enough evidence to link PJ to the crimes. After PJ was released, he would drop his 5th and last body in Chicago. He decided to go through Black Mod. He spotted Raymond, Black Mod. PJ stepped out of a gangway and fired 3 shots at Raymond. The first 3 he missed, but he chased Raymond all the way up the block and shot him in the back and fled the scene. After PJ doing so much dirt in the streets, he had no choice but to move because he was a big target. His mum sent him to Grand Rapids, Michigan in 2019 with his cousins JD and Pop Out and the rest of their family. During the time BTE was at war on the west with the Playbois and GDs. In the summer, BTE got into an altercation with the bunnies. One of them hit the BTE's mum and pulled out guns. They let PJ know what happened and this made him angry. PJ wrote to the bunnies on Facebook and told them what was gonna happen this weekend, but they didn't pay attention to it. The 6th of July. The JDMsmen and their younger brother Mo and their cousin KJ and King were downtown at a big boy restaurant. The bunnies then spotted them and attempted to come across the street mocking them. A black vehicle pulled up and PJ or Popcorn or Pop Out or maybe all jumped out in all black and fired shots at the bunnies, hitting Steph, West and Shaun. Many people believe it was a setup because once the bunnies tried to walk up on BTE, the shooting happened. So basically it seems like the BTEs wanted to get the bunnies' attention so they cannot see the shooters coming. It was a spectacular hit. A month went by. PJ rode around with Pop Out and they spotted Tyronn. PJ and Pop Out both jumped out of the car and fired shots at him and he ended up getting grazed. PJ would later go on hits with Pop Out and BTE to shoot up the bunnies' houses. He actually rode in the car to shoot at Shaun one time with a AR-15. After PJ dropping the Playbois, he would later on get in an argument with an LBR member. I managed to get a screenshot of their conversation PJ posted in Pop Out's comments not too long ago. But it is clear PJ and Avi had some type of beef with each other. Avi disrespected PJ's dead friend and PJ had anger towards him. Avi was walking on Leonard Street on the west side. That's the bunnies' territory. PJ was out that night. He spotted Avi, LBR, and shot him to death. PJ now has 6 bodies under his belt and his name rings bells in Grand Rapids and Chicago. He has connections with TMG as well. PJ and the BTEs are now out of the way. But they could be planning to get rid of the bunnies and LBR due to the fact that they dissed the BTE's uncles Mario and Shaun.
They know how we bump. Don't let all the games. There's too many
Oh, I can't forget about my boy. Get him gone. My boy, get him gone.
Hey, this is playground. Lonely ass.
This is playground. You couldn't even walk through this alley right here.
I don't listen to these rappers. They be telling. Call up Loco, you a cracker, nigga melon. Making rain bullets, nigga. You would think it's hella. I don't smoke regular weed exotic when I'm in hella. If you knew you was dissing all them niggas, then why you leave your web? I know exactly what come with this shit. Trust me, little nigga, I'm ready. A lot of my niggas, they die for this shit. I look at this shit as blessed. I can't hand out no favors, nigga. Owe me some money, I'm gon' stretch you. I got niggas killing for me, best believe. He fucking with me, R.I.P., best believe. I'm traumatized, but I can't tell you what I seen. I can't fold under pressure, asking questions, I ain't heard a thing. Hey, if it's really smoke, we gon' keep spinning.